Every single brokerage has a puzzle on the conference room table, and it's a manager's job and it's a firm's job to explain what our puzzle looks like, because everybody has a piece. And I want to be able to explain my puzzle to see if your piece fits, broker. I've been managing for 27 years, and the consistent thing that I see in the producers, the top producers, is a positive mindset. The business is a little bit harder right now, and so agents are having to work a little bit more. And if you don't have a positive mindset, your buyers and your sellers, they get that feel from you. And so you've got that necessity, if you will. It's great to have people in your database, and you need to continually put people in your database, but unfortunately we don't work it as much as we possibly can, or as much as we possibly should. And so it's constantly talking with the brokers and asking them the activities that they are doing to utilize their database as best as they possibly can. I always say that an agent has to have the right fit of a brokerage. And I say that every single brokerage has a puzzle on the conference room table. And it's a manager's job and it's a firm's job to explain what our puzzle looks like, because everybody has a piece of that puzzle. All of my brokers have a piece of that puzzle. I have a piece of that puzzle. My staff has a piece of that puzzle. Marketing and everything, everybody's got a piece. And I want to be able to explain my puzzle to see if your piece fits, broker, from a recruiting standpoint, because it's no fun to hire somebody that doesn't fit. I've done that before, and I don't ever want to do it again, because then all the rest of the other puzzle pieces that are already down, when you try to put a puzzle piece in that doesn't fit and you try to shove it down, all the pieces down get mad, and the puzzle piece itself gets tattered, and that's no fun. And so it's finding the right fit, and it's telling our story. As a manager, you've got to be able to tell the story as well as you possibly can. I typically answer my phone calls until 10 p.m. at night. To my wife's chagrin, I answer my phone calls on vacation sometimes, because sometimes an agent has an issue, and that issue lots of times is a time-sensitive issue. And I've always held myself at a level that I want my brokers to know that we have the ability to get problems solved. And then the other part is, when we moved to John L. Scott, I've got a co-manager, Greg White from the West Side. And it's awesome because when I leave and try to go on vacation, Greg's around and he answers the calls. And when I go on vacation, my wife tells me to turn my phone off, and Greg is there to answer the calls. And our agents call either one, whoever they can get in touch with, to get an answer. And so being in touch is my number one thing. For as long as I have been in management, I have been a one-on-one kind of manager. And so I send out emails, and I have a little link on my email that they are able to schedule a time with me. And I probably have 10, maybe even 12 appointments every week with new or even experienced brokers just to talk about stuff. And we go through, and it's a fairly formal process, and they have homework. And then the next time we meet, which is typically about once a month, if they want more, then we do more. But we follow up on their progress, and did they do what they said that they were going to do? And so what I have found is that they know I'm watching. They know that they've got to do some certain activities to become or to keep successful. To be the positive light in any situation, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, you got to be that positive light. Culture is the king of the office. Without culture, you have no connection, and everybody's out doing their own little thing. It is imperative, especially in the time that we are now. We're all so used to working from home or working from the coffee shop, doing work on our own, laptops and our phones. And so A manager has to be very, very specific about events and reaching out and doing things to get people to come into the office. And I have said this forever, together we're stronger. Together we come up with better ideas. Together we are able to share and come up with solutions. Having a very specific idea about the culture and what we have to do in this business is paramount. It is the top goal that I've always had. I came from a locally owned, larger franchised company here in the Northwest. And it was nice to have the owner that I could call. And then when that stopped, when that went away, I didn't realize how much I missed a local owner, somebody that I can call. I have Lennox's telephone number in my cell phone, and if I need something, I can call him. But I can call marketing, I can call our broker care, I can call anybody, and I know who to call, and I get an answer for what I need. I've gone back to loving the family-owned, local-owned real estate firm. That's really the best part.